Hello. I have another type of advent calendar. This is cross stitch. Now, I had the brilliant idea that I would do this, and I haven't even looked at it, so I don't know what's going on. I think you're supposed to cut these out, maybe. I had the brilliant idea to do this advent calendar live. And then I realized I'm going to be out of town for the beginning of this little adventure. Here's the instructions. Do. Okay. Does it have any? I just want to know what the colors are. Okay. Here's what we got for colors. Wheel. There's supposed to be 2 different colors of brown, apparently, and I don't see it. Wait, let's see. Maybe it's supposed to be gray. Maybe I should have figured this all out ahead of time. Okay, so we've got red. Clearly, red. Just one red. Cool. We have, that looks like a blue to me. So we don't have a blue. Missing a blue, a yellow, red and green, red and white, and black. Red and white, red, green, and yellow, white. Seriously? They're all on there. They're all on there. There. The brown. I mean, I guess this is the brown. I mean, come on. Yeah, that would be the brown. Or maybe this would be, I think you just make up your own color scheme. Because why would there be pink? There's no pink. There's no gray. Wow, this is a great little start we're having here. So it does have white. How many of these don't have white? Okay, first of all, let's figure out the colors. I mean, I think there's 25. There's 25 of these. Okay. Would I want that on a red? I think I'm going to do it on a blue. Because there's both white and red on here that are not. Aren't you glad that I'm starting this like this? Don't you think I should have done this as a live? Can you believe it? Let's get a needle out. My gut says to try. And I love that they have just 2 of the ornaments. I actually have much larger ornaments. Ooh, I don't need all these needles. I just need one. Which I'm going to put immediately on the minder. So that's not really helpful. So in a nutshell, I would say, just right off the bat, not really the best here. Okay. So this is supposed to be 2 different colors. It's clearly supposed to be brown. I'm sure I have a brown somewhere. Let me pause this. I am going to go get some brown thread. Hold on. All right, I'm back. This, I don't even remember what the project this was for, but maybe I should look at this project again. I would have to look to see what the project is. So I think I should use this color for his little fuzzy face. And what will go with it? That looks pretty good. I even have these in order. I don't know what I was doing here, but is that better? No. Is that one better? That's pretty decent. I like the first one. It just had like this boldness. That's it. That's it right there. I think that combination. Wait a minute. Let's see. That combination or this combination? See, this really matches this color on here. But then this doesn't match this at all. I think I'm going to go with this. Once upon a time, I was really over the top with these. Can you tell? It's been a long time since I did anything with cross stitch. Okay, so wait, I need black, white, and red. Put these back here in this little thingamajiggy. Put all this stuff out of the way. And where approximately is the middle in this? I'll do it this way. So ear to ear. Why don't I just cut it down some more? Okay, it's 3 over here, 3 over here. Cut it down some more. And I'll just be able to fold it in half. Here, I've got 3 here, and I've got 4 on the bottom. So cut this down to 3. There. Now I can just fold it in half and see where the middle is. See where to start. The middle is the little Santa hat. All right, so let's get some red thread here. I'm going to do a ridiculously small amount of this. Cross stitch. I mean, I'm sure if you're watching this, you know the deal. Cross stitch, these threads are 6 ply, and you only need 2, so let's get 2. And also, of course, the best trick of all time of how to thread a needle quickly. Take the needle, hold it in your dominant hand, non-dominant hand. Drape the thread over the needle. Pull it tight. Pinch it between the thumb and the finger. Pull the needle out. Got like this little nubble of bent over thread in your fingers. Take the needle with the eye over it and just sort of wiggle it on. Bingo. Thread the needle. And again, with cross stitch, you don't, even with a tiny thing like this, you don't ever want to actually do any sort of knots. This is clearly one-sided. Oh, this is weird fabric. I'm going to do the same thing. Fold it in half to get a center. Pinch there. Pinch there. See if I can even get a center. See if I can see this. Where is it? Okay, we're going to just presume it's there. You go from the bottom. Let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if that would be perfectly centered, I'm going to go over to... This is so weird. And we're going to start here. And pull it back approximately as far as I'm going to go. I'm going to hold it down the opposite way just to get her started. And there is cross 1 directly underneath. Now that I'm going into cross number 2 and there it's actually started, pull this thread back over underneath, and that's what we're going to do, is bury the thread. And just pinching it with my finger to keep it in position. Get this up under here. I will say that this very strange fabric is stiff enough. I almost never actually use a hoop. This fabric definitely seems stiff enough that you don't actually need a hoop, which is good because I need to actually see what is going on. See, it's no problem getting buried on the other end. All right, should be approximately here. They don't seem to be like perfect square X's to me, but whatever. I am actually filming, right? It would be great if I'm doing all this and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this live and blah blah, and not even have it on. Oh my god, I can't even imagine. That is not easy to see. And one more. Okay, this should be the end of this first section here. This is very weird, but let's see. How's that? Okay, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty. Now, then there's 3 on top. How I'm going to do is immediately go over to the top section. Now there's this little teeny little bit of this tail left over. I'm going to attempt to hold that down and bury it. And hit this stitch here. I can get this in the right position. Okay. Pull this over. Now, the other thing is, of course, you've got to keep these stitches relatively the same tension. How the heck did I do this without a hoop, with this weird fabric? Answer is, I don't know. But you just sort of have a feeling, and when you pull the stitch through, you just, whatever that is, wherever you start with that feeling, that's like how it just feels when you pull it. Like you don't pull and yank it, you don't pull and it's loose. You get the same sort of feeling. And wherever you start, that's where you just keep going at that level, and that is the tension that you keep at. And yes, I do. It's probably the wrongest thing ever. I mean, usually you're supposed to do this stick up and down. Is I do like to do a slide underneath, so it's one stitch. How does that look? See, I did that and I screwed that up. That's not, this one is not a full stitch. That's only a half stitch. So out it comes. Did I get it out? No, I actually have to pull it. I'm pulling something. This is just weird fabric though. I blame the fabric. I have never worked with this type of fabric before. Again, this is how you have the thread over the needle, pull and pinch it so that you get a little thing, and then push it through that hole. Okay, that's how you thread a needle very quickly. I don't know why they don't teach everybody how to do it that way. So I'm just going to go up a little bit more. Nope, that's even too far. Come on. Come on. Okay, no, I'm not going back up like that. It's just not enough space. Maybe I am going to have to do this stick method for this entire, I mean, it's tiny, who cares? But also, no, that's not right either. I think I'm being too particular in that these squares are not perfect enough. Okay. 1, 2, we're working on number 3 here. Did I get it? That might look exactly how it was before. Whatever. Okay. Now you go back the other direction to make the cross. There's that. Make sure that you don't pick up extra fabric, that you actually go up the same hole. Also make sure that you don't divide the color fabric that you are stitching with, or the color thread that you're stitching with, and then go back. I'm going back down now. Controversial. You really should keep going across and go and go and go. And so this, okay, do this one before I screw it up again. Okay, and then you should continue, go, but now I've got to do his little nose, so I have to go down here. So I'm going to go sideways to make this last cross on the hat. And then I have to count. So the nose is dead center, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces before the nose. So dead center. Try to see this fabric. 1, 1, 2, 3. I think it's here. Was that right? Okay, let's see. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then same thing, make a little X. Also, it's helpful, obviously, again, anybody that's actually watching this has probably seen these 900 times. Look, did I get extra? No, look at that. I did nothing. It was terrible. Was that terrible? Did I just pull it too hard? I think I might have pulled it too hard. Anyway, yeah, I just pulled it too hard. You should try to make your X's all go in the same direction. So the first one that you whichever first direction that you make that first stitch, from then on, all of them, the first one is always, for me, going to go this way, and then this covering stitch is going to go that way. Oh, that one's not so great right there either. And I'm going to fix it by pulling it out and fluffing it a little bit. There, that is his hat and his nose started. So what I should do, I'm going to do this the way you're supposed to, is I'm going to take it under the stitches right next to it. And then, see, this is the problem. It's covering so much space up here. But that's how you're supposed to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Back up here, under these stitches, and along the back here. I know that there's some people that are like, oh, the front and the back should match. I'm like, not if you're, oh, look, I had to pull that out to do that. Okay. Not if you're going to be varying stitches. The only way you can have the front and back look, well, first of all, I mean, look at the fabric difference. But the only way you can have the front and back match is if you have knots in the back. And that is not happening. Because now look how flat and perfect that is. Okay, back onto the minder. Also, this is a needle minder, and it actually comes apart. It's double magnet so that you can put it onto whatever you're working on and it'll stick. They are really cool little contraptions. If you've never had one, I recommend it. Okay. I suppose I should do the white next. Now, okay, I'll do the white next. So, same thing, just pulling out a little piece. The white is underneath the hat and that little bobble on the top, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it. Same thing. Split this and pull out 2 sections of the thread. Get the needle, thread the needle, same way. And this is going to be, I was actually going to try and do this without extra light because it's daylight, and I am so glad that I have that, because this thread, I mean not the thread, the fabric is really annoying. So based on that, would I recommend this little advent calendar? Probably not. I might actually have to get a second light to be able to see what I'm doing here. It's there. Okay. Ooh, look, I didn't get that under at all. Bad. All right, so this one is going to be, oh yeah, that looks really rough. And it's just because the squares are really very difficult to see. Okay, I've got to make sure that this goes under though. So I got this basically started. I'm going to hold this and pull this to get that little tail to go through. Then I'm going to pull this out. Oh, and the thread is twisting too. Maybe not the best one to start to put online with just the quality of these pieces that I'm working with. Open. What have I done? Oh, did I thread it through? Maybe this is my fault and I'm blaming the stuff. I might have actually gone. Nope, I didn't. It's just that twisted. Okay, so we're gonna pull this little tail through that loop because we need to tack that down, and then this will go here. This will be easier this time because it's actually going in the right direction. There we go. Pull it so that it is the same tightness of all the rest of the stitches. And let's go. It's not actually the size of the fabric that is the issue. It is the fact that it's so one-sided. So actually it's going to suit my style of stitching, where this is how I prefer to stitch. Instead of doing the poke method up and down, is to do a single stitch like this. And to me, having stiff fabric makes it easier to do that. But this isn't just stiff, it's also thick. Like there's just, it's I mean, it's hard to explain. It's fairly thick because there's some sort of facing on the back. There. Okay, and then the last stitch is the middle of the, like this pom-pom or something on top here. So cat, what are you doing? Both cats. I wonder if my one cat will pop up on here. She comes up whenever I'm doing puzzles and basically nothing else. Kind of obsessed with puzzles, I guess. All right, so there isn't enough room to tack that down under that way, so I'm going under in one direction and back going the other direction because I need to have, I mean, you're technically supposed to have about an inch underneath whenever you do this, but there isn't even an inch to work with. So there, that's number 2 colors tied down. And that is the little Santa hat on this reindeer. Now, next is the color brown. And again, I'm just going to use my own color brown. Oh, I should put that on the minder, especially with cats around. I'm going to put this back in here. This way. Close. There. All right. All right. Huge difference in the quality of this thread. This is not as thick. I might actually have to use 3 to get the same look. 3 strands because it's so much smaller. Did you see how quick and easy that went through my finger? All right, where am I going to start this? I think I'll start it. I'll do this antler and then go around. So starts there. Maybe I'm biased. It feels so much easier with this thread. I'm tempted to get a needle with a more pointed point. But I think that would be really stupid because then I would get stabbed really badly while I did this. All right, I have not even started burying the do you see what I mean? All right. I think it will look okay because it is a radically different color than everything else on here. So I've got to bury this tail here. Got it. And one more stitch in this direction. All right, and go back down. And I think there's going to be enough space that what I'm going to do with burying this side is pull it down in the other direction as I go back down the end, that side of the antler. There. And then up to, okay. Again, going around that so that I can capture it. There. So up to, unfortunately, this is completely symmetrical, so you're going to be able to see how bad it is when it's finished. I'm going to do that little one that's on the side. And then that corner part up there. I'm almost getting a handle on this fabric. Almost. I say this and now I'm like, okay, so where do I go? All right. And then down and do 2 here. Let's see, this will be the first test. Is it lining up? It is lining up. That looks so rough. Is this all outlined? Oh my God, it is all outlined. No, it isn't. Is it? Yes, it is. Wait. Who knows? They are all outlined, but it's every single square is outlined. Well, I guess we'll be doing the black last to see what needs to be outlined and what doesn't. Because, oh my Lord, I thought this was going to be nothing. You know what? I mean, if it was better, if it was better fabric, it really wouldn't take any time at all to do these. I actually already think that this is going to be something that I'm not going to pursue for the entire time. Or at all, maybe. It has been years since I did real cross stitch. All right, so for my own sanity, I am going to start with another piece of thread. To get used to using the minder again. And not just the good thing is that if I did like lose track of where the needle is, all you have to do is run the minder over. I'll pick it right up. Anyway. So where am I? Oh my Lord. Okay. So this is 5 across. Oh, I see. Got some of that little red fluff there. We are going to get rid of that. I'm going to hold this down like this. Do the next stitch. Okay. There's that. I'll flip that over. Did I catch it? I did. That's good. Still catching. I am still catching. That's good. Then it goes up. And again, we'll see if I'm any good at all, because we'll see if it actually aligns with the previous stitches. If it does, it's a miracle. Would you look at that? That looks like an alignment. Amazing. Ooh, that one I screwed up. You know, I do have to say, having this be so sad and pathetic, normally I'd be like, oh my goodness, it's not exactly perfect. I gotta redo that stitch. I don't think I'm gonna be like that with this. Okay. I am definitely going to have to use another section of thread to do that other antler. So I'm just going to do these straight across here. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, what? Yeah, what, you? Do you hear the cat? The one that's talking is not the one that shows up in my puzzle videos. Okay. It's going to be really interesting if this, it's supposed to end up where the nose is. Let's see if I did anything correctly with this. Also, look, there's more of that red coming through that it shouldn't. Anybody who's watching this, oh my lord. I mean, have you ever seen anything so bad? All I can say is I guess there's a reason I've never done one of these type of advent calendars before. Because not so great. Oh no, I'm running out of red again. Yes, sir, what are you yapping about? I don't even know where you are. Oh, there you are. He's in his little bed, being a little prince. So rough. This is not to my standard. Okay, so I need to do 6 more stitches. And it's the same thing. I'm going to hold that there and do the other antler. Feels like this is never going to end. It's such a tiny little thing, but it's such a pain in the neck that it's taking way longer than it probably should. Okay, how to do it this time? Didn't I start right by the little Santa hat? Do that again then. This down, hold this here. This is probably driving anybody who actually knows how to do this crazy. I'm doing absolutely everything so wrong and so bad and so terrible. See, I can't, because this fabric is so uneven, I can't even tell if I'm like not even on the square. I mean, I've used like rustic fabric before. I've used fabric that you had to go over 2 squares to do a pattern. Actually, I did that with Death by Cross Stitch. Which I didn't finish. Alright, so this was here. Oh, that looks so bad. I mean, this is supposed to equal this. Hyper rustic. That's what I'm going to call it. For not having done this for years. I mean, I guess I'm doing all right. But this is not the type of thing you do to get your confidence back in anything. Not that I really needed the confidence. More like I just was doing other things. I thought, oh, this one popped up. I was like, this is so cool. I should try this. It looks so easy and simple. Just try this. Okay. See? Oh, there it is. I feel like if I didn't even use my eyes and just did this by like feel, I would probably do the same quality of work. How was this so wrong? Ooh, it's way wrong. Wait a minute. Okay, so look at that. That one is not right. It should be there. Okay. This is so bad that I'm going to have to pull out stitches. Can you believe it? This is probably me paying attention to the cat instead of paying attention to what I'm doing. At least I found the error. I can't even see where the thread is to pull it. So I guess this is the one and only mistake I'm going to make because this is awful trying to pull it out. Is it this one? I went over it. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. I actually was in the correct place. How did I do that? Working with terrible fabric. That's how I did that. Okay. So it should be here. Here. All right, that's slightly better. Although tearing out the stitches actually made the fabric even worse. Okay, so then this would be here. Whoops. See, look. Here. Okay. Let's just do this slightly different from how I did it the last time. See what I mean? Oh, I see. Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. Is there's nothing keeping these things in place, so it wants to slide over. I mean, this fabric, it feels like plastic. There. There. Okay. There. There. See, again, how did I do that? I did the same thing. I made this one stitch wider. Why did I do that? Twice. Okay, we're going to pretend that I didn't do that. I'm just going to go like this. That. And back where we're supposed to be. Okay. Now, am I going to post this monstrosity now that I've filmed it? That is a question. Because even if I post this as a, by the way, don't be a dummy like me and get this kit. Who's going to believe that that I'm just not utterly incompetent? Hmm. I do have to say the needles are pretty decent. I thought it was really funny that there were only 2 of those mini hoops. I think that's because that's what they assume that anybody's going to do before they decide to give up on this project. A max of 2. Trying to bury the thread here. Much harder to do that pinch technique when you haven't got it folded over. I don't know why. Come on. Okay. Half of it went through. Let's try the other half now. There we go. Give it a little room. We'll give it a little tug. There. I mean, it's kind of okay. What else do I need to do? I need to do 6 more stitches. All right, let's do 6 more stitches. See if I can do this without wasting more thread. Nearly. Get this one. That one's tucked there. All right. Three more stitches, I can do it. Can do it. Okay, is that? We're going to pretend that that's tacked. No, we're not. It's coming out. Okay, cool. Oh, I see. This needs to be trimmed. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness, I didn't even put this in. No, that is how it's going. Okay, I don't even remember what I'm doing at this point. Okay. This is a disaster. And I can't even really completely blame this. I mean, I'm not doing a great job myself. Okay, let's see if I can pretend to be competent here. Pretend is the operative word for sure. See, I'm pulling it too tight and it's doing that slide thing. So I have to do this way. Or, I mean, I could be a normal human being and just cut more thread and stop being so stubborn. But really, truly, I don't want to waste the thread. Okay. Do this twice more and this color is finally done. Look at that. Look at what stubborn gets you. A really ugly thing. All right, there we go. And I have two that need to be taken care of here, so. Thread the needle through the back first and in. Shove all this through and do it as one fell swoop here. Maybe. Okay, that one went in. This one too. Yeah, no, I got both of them. All right, let's give this a pull. There we go. I mean, something's happening. Next is this lovely color. long have I been doing this? 9 years? Oh my god, is that for real? Well over an hour? This is pathetic. And I thought I was going to do these live. I mean, I might have to do them live, especially if they're going to take this much time. I think they maybe started with the worst. Let's see. Did they start with the worst? No, I don't think they started with the worst. And there is another reindeer. But it's not as intricate as this one. Alrighty. Start right here with the ear. Yeah? Can you not believe I've been doing this either? Oops. What? What? You just want to yell at me? Oh my god, did I just mess that up? Sure does appear that way, didn't it? What did I do? I don't know. Redo it. I can't believe that I really screwed that up that bad. I think that the fabric weave shifted again. I mean, who knows? There's always a chance, right? That's better. All right. So here. 2. Yes, sir. What? What? You're being chatty, mister. What's up, dude? Hmm. This is actually kind of getting easier. I think because there's now so many stitches in here that the stitches are making the fabric act like normal fabric. I guess that was the key, to just keep going until it fills itself in. I mean, look at the difference between these last ones that I'm doing. See, and then I come over to this section where there's no stitches, and it's like, oh, it's very difficult again. The fabric is just sliding out. This is what I mean. You see how fast this is going? This is how fast the entire thing would have gone if I had normal fabric that I was working with. Oops. You know what? I think this is such a pain in the neck that I'm not going to try to conserve the thread, and I'm going to get another piece. Which, yes, I know that you should always have like a much longer piece of thread than what I've been using, but this is teeny tiny little thing, so. Also, I think my cat thinks I've been talking to him. Do you think I've been talking to you? I have not been. Look, it doesn't even lay flat. And yet I can pull it apart. I mean, come on. I can pull it that easily apart. Come on. Normally when you've been cross stitching and it gets like a twist like that, you're a goner. Oh man. I was like, oh, look how good those stitches are going. Look how, well, I just pulled it all out of whack. Let's try this again. Actually, I'm going to start in the ear section again too. Hmm? Why do I keep doing that? I don't know. Yeah, the back of this thing looks like an absolute disaster. The whole thing is an absolute disaster. What am I talking about? So close, so close. One more after this one. Oh man. What's wrong with that stitch? Nothing. It's just weird. All right. I mean, that does not look cute. And now I have to make a decision. We're down to the black, which would be the eyes. Now, I don't know. I don't think that this is, I mean, I think it should be outlined, but I don't, I don't, I mean, I bet that would help. Oops. Let me put this. But I also think that it would drive me insane. Not like I haven't already gone insane. I mean, the thing is that this is the color that they didn't even give the brown. I mean, that's the closest color that's available to. Where am I going to? Running out of space on the back of this thing to bury. And you never bury black behind white, but what the heck? You never do a project as bad as this either, so maybe putting the eyes in will make the difference. You know, maybe putting the eyes in did make the difference. I still think this is like an absolute disaster. So there, yay! It's as done as I'm going to do it. I mean, because again, absolutely every single thing is outlined. So there's not like an outline. I mean, I could do an outline. I would do around the. I'm not going to. That's it. That's the first one. Day 2 is incredibly simple. Okay, I'm going to give day 2 a try. Except blue. It's got blue. I'm going to give day 2 a try, and if it's still driving this crazy, then maybe I'm going to be doing exactly. I mean, literally, they have. Wait, 1, 2. No. They only have 1. I think they really, truly thought that we were going to. Anybody that tried this would quit after 1. Wow. All right. There's day 1. The first project of this advent calendar. In the bag. Really awful. I don't know if it's going to get any better. But I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try another one too, and then see about where to go from there. Bye.